Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Now I have a lot of houseplants. Some are expensive, but most of them I actually got really cheap. So today I would like to start a new series on my channel about ultra cheap houseplants. And for the sake of this series, ultra cheap means that I paid around 10 euros or US dollars if you will, or less for the plant that I'm featuring in each episode. And for this first episode, I decided to choose a plant that I thought would be very difficult to take care for. But in the end, I was quite wrong. So let's have a closer look at the purple passion plant. Let me start with a picture of the plant on the day that I bought it in September 2020, so almost 4 years ago now. I paid 5 euros and 50 cents for it, so it was ultra cheap indeed. Now let's discover what this plant looks like 4 years later. And here we have it. This is exactly the same plant as the one on the picture. And I have to say, this is one of the most rewarding cheap houseplants that I own. First of all, this plant turned out to be a very fast grower, and after some time it started trailing, to a point that I have to keep cutting it back, but I will talk about that a little bit later on in the video. It's important to know that this is a plant that loves artificial light. I am growing this guy like half a meter away from a growing light, and this really makes this plant come alive and grow like crazy. The purple passion plant is native to Indonesia, and its name obviously refers to the stunning purple on both the stems and the leaves of this plant. And these colors actually change depending on how and where the light hits the leaves. In my experience, this is one of the easiest plants to propagate. I propagated my mother plant many times. All you have to do is just take a stem cutting and let it root in water. This here, for instance, is a cutting that I took 1 year ago and that I'm currently growing in a pond substrate. And here we got another cutting enjoying a growing light and the sound of my mini waterfall. Now these guys are not fussy when it comes to the type of substrate they like to grow in. I tried water, soil, perlite and pond, and the plant liked it all. Like this one here that's growing in pond together with a flowering begonia. This plant is sometimes also called purple velvet plant because of the velvety and also hairy texture of both the leaves and the stems. My mother plant is growing in soil that I almost let dry out completely before watering. When the plant is thirsty, the leaves become droopy as a warning sign that it's time to give it a drink. And this here is yet another cutting from the same mother plant that weirdly enough has very bright leaves with a purple rim around it. So for the 5 euros and 50 cents that I paid 4 years ago for one small plant, I now got one big mother plant and many more baby plants thanks to all the cuttings that I took. You might know that I mainly collect philodendrons that are mostly plain green, so it's nice to have some plants with a different and eye-catching color to bring some color variation in my collection. So this shows that having houseplants doesn't have to be expensive. If you are in it for the long run, just buy a small and easy care plant, take cuttings, you will be set for life and will never have to buy that plant a second time. Okay, that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for watching it. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking it and or subscribing to my channel. I will definitely post many more videos of ultra cheap houseplants in this series. For now, I thank you once again for spending some time on my channel, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye bye.